play a game.
Hello. Just occurred to me, is this stream public? It is public. Very good. I do forget that occasionally. Greetings. I do see there are some people watching. Excellent. Good stuff. All right, we're back in Tramau today. We're going to do some of the new buses and trams. So let's get into that. Start with a bus, I think. Why not? Cycle the vehicle type, and then we want to go through and find one of the new ones, and they're gold coloured, I believe. Actually, that's a new one, isn't it? The new man. And there's also these gold ones.
3610 says hello everyone.
We'll do one of these gold ones, I think.
Philb 9487 says hello at Train Simulator Driver.
And we will leave it at the default livery if I can. Original, sort of want. Okay, and vehicle type, select vehicle. This is the one we want. Hello to Frostfire and Phil B. Welcome. All right, we should do... Yeah, it's a fairly long one. Let's do that one. But I think we should start it... Yeah, we'll start it there. And go there. Ooh, not that early. Let's have something in daylight, eh? Oh, is that it? 509's the latest we can do. Okay.
487 says enjoyed your earlier stream. The update looks really good.
That's good, Phil. I have got SpeakerBot again. I think it's broadcasting SpeakerBot anyway.
701 says howdy, Paul.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
A good time with the family.
It was good. I am stuffed full because, of course, my family on my wife's side is Greek, and there's no shortage of food because it's Greek Easter. I should change glasses, then I'll be able to see. I'm sitting here going, why is it all fuzzy? Because I'm wearing the wrong glasses. Alrighty. Hopefully it'll brighten up. Looks like it is. Very good. Let's get some headlights on. Can I have headlights? I can have headlights. Okay. Oh, that's because I'm running in tram mode. It was confused. Alright. Now this is a auto bus, I think. Looks like it. But it's one of those ones you can run with gears. We should have a look at the bus, shouldn't we? Hang on a tick. Let's stop here. Let's have a look at the bus. No passengers as yet, of course, and we are in the super long bendy bus, which I'm sure will be exciting in the corners. I kind of hate bendy buses, but that's okay. Is that high beam lights? Oh no. Oh, that's why there's so many light combinations. Right, okay. Alright, let's drive this thing. Easter's usually good because people are fairly peaceful. That should be long enough away. No, come on, get out of the way. Oh. You know, I reckon I'll get out and go and talk to that bloke. Because who's honking? Someone over here. Clowns. What does it want me to do here? Cockpit light. Oh, passenger lights.
Andilad701 says, oh yeah, I remember going to a friend's parents' house when I was a kid who are Greek Cypriot, and Easter was crazy in their house.
Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is cray-cray. That's a good way to describe it. But usually people are pretty friendly at Easter time, so it's all good, and most of our family gets along pretty well anyway. So you just kind of cycle amongst the people and chat to the ones that you want to chat to, and if there's any others. There were actually some people there I didn't know today, and having been married for, God, it's 36 years, I think. It's been a while. I was surprised, missed the car, good. I was surprised that there were people I didn't know. bus is very wide. It's kind of, it's on the curb and it's over the white line at the same time. It's a very wide bus. Remarkably wide bus. But that's okay, it'll be fun. We'll get there.
Andy Burbage 4938 says morning.
Double Andes. We are stacked with Andes today. How wide do you have to go on a bendy bus, do you reckon? Wide as a truck? Oh no, it seems to follow mostly my exact path. Okay, that's good to know.
Trucker 2153 says, hey mate, is this AC2 bus?
This is a big gold bus. It's a CT something or other. Next time we stop, I'll do an outside view and you can have a look. Ooh, surprise turn. Brakes pretty well, I have to say. You definitely want to go into the right-hand lane when you're turning left, though. Its arse end would cross the traffic otherwise. Here's me thinking we'd get to stop here and show you, but no, because the light went green.
Only Trucker 2153 says, nice, I'm keen for this bus.
We'll have a look at another look at the inside and stuff.
938 says, in real life you only need about 6 inches extra space between you and the curb when turning.
In buses, generally, yes, that's true. Not so much in trucks. But buses have their steer tyres are usually really far back behind the driver. In a modern bus, that's why they turn so well.
Trucker 2153 says, I don't get it, Paul, you like this but hate the bus. Berlin, the bus is better game though.
That was a pedestrian warning that flashed up then. It's going, hey, you're going to run over someone. It's like, well, no, I was turning a corner. I don't hate the bus, I just don't have it.
Marley Zarb says, have you seen any freight trains in Australia?
I have seen thousands of freight trains in Australia, Marley Zarb. Oh yeah, we were going to have a look at the bus, weren't we? Almost forgot. We're going to the Beatrice Fart. It's a gold bendy thing. It's one of the ones that's unbranded by the looks, because there's branded ones and unbranded ones. And inside,
Malizub says, what kind of fried trains?
look, missed the light. What kind of freight trains?
Holy Trucker
Oh, I often see the
2153 says, is that licensed?
Holy
I believe the
Trucker
buses are licensed from the
2153 says,
manufacturers, yes, and some of them are branded from the companies. Like the DR Richard
Holy
buses are
Trucker
branded.
2153 says, cheaper to buy them.
But I've seen all sorts of freight trains, mate. I've seen steel trains, petrol trains, all sorts of stuff. Oils, containers.
Andy Lad 701 says, one thing I do remember from Easter at my mate's house was a circular bread with colored eggs in it.
Sareki. Yes, it's a sort of a sweet bread. It's a fairly dry bread, though. It's interesting, actually. Most of the Greek foods at Easter time, the sweets are actually quite dry. You need some liquid.
Wesley 3 Grady 666 says, hi Paul, Rishi has a new channel called Notch 2.
Does he? That's nice. I'm pretty happy with just one channel. So he's got 3 now. He's got Richie Rail, Married to the Grid, and Notch 2. I struggle enough to keep up with one channel and keep it relevant.
153 says we are Romanian. We have 2 Easters and we paint hard-boiled eggs red. It's custom.
Ah, Romanian. So you're one of the pickpockets. It's just traditional. But, yeah, we do the coloured eggs too. They're not painted though. They're dyed. They dipped them in dye. And mostly they're not coloured on the inside, but a little bit of the colour seeps through. They do red ones and blue ones and sometimes other colours. This year there were some green ones as well.
Trains Australia, have you seen the new egg speed coming through? It's going to be the old retro livery.
New XPT, it's the old XPT. All they did was wash them. Give them a bit of a refurbishment, which in Australia means wash it. So they're not actually new. There's a train that's supposed to be replacing the XPT, but they keep catching fire, so they aren't replacing the XPT with them until they sort out the problems. And the XPT, if you've never heard of it, is basically an HST with an American power plant. Raining.
Holy Trucker 2153 says we used to have a cracking game, see who could damage the person's egg when we cracked them on each other's egg.
Yeah, the Greeks do that too. And chant religiously at each other while they do it.
Marley Zarp says, well, this 1XP team in the retro livery is gonna be the Grafton Surfers.
If it's retro, it should be Candy Stripe. The red and pink one. It's got a nice level of vibration through the wheel, this bus. It's a bit nicer than the one I was driving this morning. Could really feel the road in this one. It's proper bumpy, it is. And it sounds like a bus too. It's rattling and shaking and it's good. I like it.
Marley Zarp says the expertise.
The Grafton Surfers. I'm trying to think, does Grafton even have a beach? Oh, that sounds like food arriving.
Yes, and you didn't check my chickens.
No,
They could be dead.
they could be.
Holy Trucker 2153
Are those your chips?
says
No, I'm
if
carrying
these guys
Alex.
could
Okay.
port this game in a matter of months to UE5, why can't Dovetail do it with TSW?
Because this game has 6 DLC and a world that's literally about 6 kilometers wide. Whereas TSW has 112 published, I think. More than that in the works. And rather a larger world. That and they don't want to. So they, my expectation is that DTG will at some point publish a new game. Because they're going to want to upgrade the engine too, not just upgrade Unreal. And the way they do their simulations in Simograph.
Malizub says the XPT is in the old retro live and it's coming over to Tari on Monday in a couple of weeks. Volcano green, lava orange.
Cool. So you're in Sydney or New South Wales somewhere then?
Holy Trucker 2153 says yeah, and watching you then gonna buy the new German local. It has palette of decent runs on the routes. It sucks on too.
147. Yeah, the only dramas I've had with it the side controls and the sides of the cab don't work. And in cab 2, if you're running LZB, it counts backwards. So instead of counting down, it counts up when it's getting towards a LZB change. Excuse me, munching away, by the way. Wait. Almost forgot to turn then. Got the bus around at the last second.
87 says, I like how the rain leaves puddles everywhere. Nice and realistic.
This is my stop. This is my stop.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, I have to say this game looks really good at night now.
And guess what? We get to do the roundabout. We can test the bendy bus in the roundabout.
Trucker 2153 says the light hue looks so nice and vibrant.
It is pretty good. Time to go? I think it's time to go.
Marizip says, have you ever been to Tari?
I have been to Tari, yes. Alright, let's get this big fat pig around this roundabout. This used to explode in the old version, so let's see if we can do it.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, look how warm those windows look on those houses.
Nächster Halt Baumannstraße.
It works now!
Übergang zur Linie 1.
I did see it in the release notes that they'd fixed it, but you know, until it actually works, you don't want to believe it, do you?
Marizip says, do you go for NRL?
No, AFL, mate. Melbourne. So watch how the back of the bus is going. Missed it. Got 12 seconds to get to our next stop, which I assume it's just down here. It's a pity the light's red. Well, the tram lights are anyway.
Marley's ARP says, can you do another bus announcement?
The announcements happen by themselves. So no. Release. You want to get in, dude? Hurry up. I'll let you open the door. Ooh, dog's barking.
Andilad701 says, another thing to consider for TSW being ported, as people say, to UE5 is the third-party routes. I'm not sure if DTG would be allowed to just port them, as they likely don't own the rights to them.
Nächster Halt Pinakothek.
While I'm not 100% certain of that answer, I couldn't imagine DTG writing themselves into a contractual trap like that. I imagine they would want to be able to port everything.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, Polo, what do we get with Season Pass on release? Do we get the previous release DLC S2?
I believe so. Everything that you own, you get. And I think you do get the bonus bus as well. The gold ones, I think. but I put a link in earlier to the Steam page which explains it all. I still haven't had time to read it.
Marley's ARP says the XP team will be doing Grafton. The old Candy Lib will go to Sydney also and Grafton.
And as they say in the classics, I want candy.
Nike says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
Didn't hit the curb that time. Woo.
Nächster Halt
Come on,
in
dude.
Zerngasse.
Let the blinking bus in.
Does this bus feel nicer than the dinosaur you drove earlier today?
It does feel a bit nicer. Why am I still indicating? I want to go straight.
Marlism says do you have a model train?
I do, but not running. I have model trains and model steam engines. I also have a whole lot of Lego trains. No, I'm getting in. All right.
Marley's ARP says what kind of train is it?
I have some leftover HO stuff and some
Nächster
leftover
Halt Puls Center.
HON3 that I
Übergang
don't
zu
really
den
use
Linien
anymore.
2 und 107.
My current stuff is all ON30 and it's all logging railways and puffing millie 2'6" and 3'6" stuff. Mostly 2'6". The engine of this bus must be in the bendy part because I barely hear it. But I'm also a member of the BRLGF, which is a Victorian Railways Lego train group.
And the train driver stopped the steam engine from going with just a coin. What did he do? Seems as you know steam trains. Holy Trucker 2153
You can
says
stop.
supposedly they did that to sabotage the Germans.
As in they made it stop on the rails. If you put something small under the wheels of a steam engine, it will have trouble getting over it because it's got to lift its weight. I should really program the door release button so that it does the outside camera and opens the door, shouldn't I? I could let them in the front, I suppose, couldn't I? If they want to get in there, they don't seem to want to.
Holy Trucker 2153 says Nappy placed it in a valve or something, it stopped the smoke.
Nächster Halt Poststraße. Übergang zur Linie
I suppose you could stop the
107.
blower. You could jam that up, which would make it hard to get a drafting fire until you move.
Holy Trucker 2153 says the Nazis checked it, found soot on the coin and realized he sabotaged the train and they shot him.
Sounds like Nazis. You could put it in the clack valve. That would stop you being able to put water in. I actually had some fun with the clack on my train on Friday, just as we were arriving back into Belgrave. Clack failed and we started pissing boiler water out through the injector onto the ground.
Says, hey. How CTS 2026?
Hello, ViewApp. How are
Smiley
you?
face.
It's been going pretty well, to be honest. I haven't really managed to break it except once when I did it. I think that light's green. Driving one of the new buses. It's been pretty cool. It's been familiar enough with the old one. Getting it upgraded was a little bit of a chore, but that won't happen to the real players. It's only because I needed different keys to get early access. Real players, I think it will be quite smooth.
Only Trucker 2153 says, good movie, Paul. It's about a train and they are trying to steal all the art from Paris. He is made to drive the train from Paris to Berlin. 1960s movie, great film, black and white.
Chuck the title in the chat. This is going to be a bit of a tight one. Hello, bus. Don't mind me. I'm making my big, long sausage bus fit round the corner. I like that the tram drivers wave at you. That's cool.
Nächster Halt, Iwata Park. Übergang zur Linie 5.
I haven't got ticket collection turned on because I'm not a fan of ticket collection. But I'm sure it'll suit other people. Next stop, please. Its physics are quite nice. Certainly an improvement over the earlier. I find the physics quite believable, which makes me happy. I do like the, I know you had this before, but I actually love the different sizes and shaped people in this game. Because this is one of the only games where you see different people.
Trucker 2153 says it's called The Train 1964. Great movie. I watched it on Amazon.
My wife has Prime, so chuck a link in my Discord if you're on there. I think you are.
Nächster Halt, Hauptbahnhof. Übergang zu den Linien 1 und 104. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
I hope I don't mean a tram through the narrow bits of this. Green light.
Hawks 2 says evening.
Hey, Hawks.
Andilad 701 says, yeah, that's the one with Burt Reynolds, isn't it? Holy Trucker.
I'm not going to run over people, truck. It's okay. Relax. Into the... We'll call it the hopped bus hop. That seems better. And I think we go around a much tighter corner than the trams.
Holy Trucker 2153 says Paris.
Alright, maybe I am going to run over the pedestrians. Naughty. There's a few people glitching through the side of the bus there.
Transport simulator driver now. Are you sure you're not confused with a London transport symbol driving a German bus?
Find the gap.
Holy Trucker 2153 says it's really good. The Germans have captured Paris and rounded up all the artwork to take back to Hitler in Berlin. He is forced to drive the train. Of course they plot to sabotage it.
probably shouldn't run over this guy, should I? As we head off to Highland.
Ivan says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://
Nächster Halt Iwata Park. Übergang zur Linie 5.
I think that was a touch bumpy back there. Just a little bit. So we'll do the round trip on this one, and then we'll do a tram, and then we'll do another bus.
Nightman says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.com/invite/zxacvngjh5. Maggiatail Steve says hi Paul, I just wanted to say that I have just really enjoyed watching your Class 20 drive on the Swanage Railway in the UK. Thumbs up.
Yeah, cool. That was a fun drive. This is green, isn't it?
153 says it's a Burt Lancaster build too.
Yeah, the Class 20 was a really fun drive. Wiggles Tail Steve. If you're ever on the or around the Swanage Railway, I do recommend their driver experience. Release. Shut up. I think we should wait longer since we've been honked at. Mist in the back, nice.
Nächster Halt Poststraße. Übergang zur Linie 107.
That was pretty close with that van. Closer than I'd like to be. I've got another video up for the Victorian Railways T-Class. Similar sort of drive, not as long as the one on Swanage, but similar idea. On one of the local Australian railways, the one near me. I have videos of me firing the steam engines too, and there's actually one of me driving one of the steam engines as well. A really impolite person. Kind of think that we should probably I should have opened the doors before I did that, shouldn't I?
701 says I put a link in the general chat on Discord to the film Holy Trucker is talking about Paul.
Oi, don't honk at me. Do not honk at me. There's a boy, Karen. Coming later on in the year will be Vienna. I'm not trying to go with the doors locked. Oh yeah, door one. Has to be closed manually, because I opened it manually. Now that bloke still gets to wait. Good stuff. In fact, this mug is from my... Oh, you can't see it. This mug is from my driver experience from Swanage. There's quite a lot of really good heritage railways in the UK. if you're ever in the area, dive in. Most of them are very, very accessible by public transport, which is how I got to them all. Off we go.
Nächster Halt, Puls Center. Übergang zu den Linien 2 und 107.
I thought it can.
2153 says, I love the color of the lighting in the windows, make me want to be inside the window.
It is quite nice, isn't it? It's nice and warm. So I agree, it's inviting, and in the commercial spaces it's bright white like you'd expect. Alto. The light was yellow, sir. And I think the question was asked before if the map was bigger. I don't think it is. These are just the default runs that are in the sandbox. Some of them are quite long. So they're not all shorties, but they weren't shorties before either. When the southern expansion came out, that made for quite some long runs. I can't even see the traffic light, can I? There we go. Cheating.
Holy Trucker 2153 says this game nails two thing amazing physics on the buses and the sounds too.
Holy Trucker 2153 says even have the rattle.
The rattles are nice. Ready? I do like the bus rattle. The passengers still do weird things like they do in most games, but they look good. I think I'm supposed to wait. I think I'm now early, but that's okay. Now we're looking inside there. Lots of people everywhere. Someone who wants to get off. Clearly knows why I'm driving.
Foxachart says, can you drive the Plexity?
Nächster Halt, Enziangasse.
You can drive all of them. We'll have a look at the trams after we finish the bus round trip. What I wanted to do, I think there actually is a new one with the 2026 release, so I was going to get into that one first. I'm just going to make sure I've got it, but I think I do.
Foxachart says, thank you.
Shush, bus. I'm not going to run over them, honest. See, that one didn't honk at me. Knows there's all these people getting on and off. It's a good citizen.
Nächster Halt, Pinakothek.
That tree worried me a bit back there.
610 says in heading out for the night later every have great rest of the stream.
Thanks, Frostfire, for dropping in. Enjoy yourself. Do you reckon that's the same guy? Revenge on the Karen.
Nächster Halt Baumannstraße. Übergang zur Linie 1.
Hey, that's a red light. Almost ran through a red light. That wouldn't have been good. I started reading Bowmanstrasse for no readily apparent reason. Very itchy ear for some reason.
Nightlight says please smash the like button to make the stream.
Oops, sorry. You can get in.
And
Said you
the
liked it? She
701
immediately jumped on Twitter.
had the bus equivalent of the SPAD LOL.
Yes, it would be the bus equivalent of the SPAD. Well, it is still a SPAD, really, because it's a signal, and it would have been passed at danger.
Marley Zarp says I'm just about to buy this game. What you're playing?
The 2026 version of it comes out on April the 14th, Malizab, which is Wednesday? Wednesday, I think. Maybe it might be the 15th for the Aussies.
2153 says it's good, no regrets.
There you go. There's a good recommendation, because Holy Trucker is a bit harsh about the games that I don't like.
Nächster Halt am Brunnen. Übergang zur Linie 102.
Yeah, straight through this one.
Bitte aussteigen.
Got 4 minutes to get there, and it's 0.4 of a K away, so I don't need to rush.
2026 version.
That's what we're playing now.
And Flat 701 says at least if you spat on this it's not game over.
Yeah, that's true. You just get fined. Is this my stop? It says 0.1 of a kilometre. That's 100 metres. Let's see if people get in and out. I'm curious. Nope, so it's not my stop. My stop must be just around the corner. Gonna go a bit wide. This is my stop here. Oh, we're back to the start again. So we'll go into a tram once we stop and finish this one. Alrighty, release, park brake, out of gear. And let us say no to that, and then we'll go back to the main menu, and we shall jump in a tram. So let's see if we can find the old tram, or the new tram, I should say, the new old tram. See if we can figure that out. And so if I go backwards, oh, that's gone into the buses. So we've had all of these before. We've had that one. We've had that one. We've had the E1. Oh, maybe I don't have a new tram. All right. In which case, if nothing turns up, we will drive the Flexity. Whichever one it is. Do we have a Flexity tram? There it is. The Flexity Wien, the sausage tram. All right, let's do another nice long one. We did lots of southern runs during the morning, so let's do this one, which is a nice long one. We will start at Italy. We shall go to the last one, which seems pretty fair. And let's do something in the daylight hours. Pick something around 7 a.m.
Holy Trucker 2153 says take the new man green ones.
Dynamic. Let's go autumn, actually. Why not? And preparation time, we'll do 2 minutes so we can look around. Weather looks good. Start game. We will jump into another bus as well. I just want to do a tram run because, you know, tram run. I am the train guy.
Holy Trucker 2153 says the green man cost the same as the Class 86 from Just Trains.
Thought it was dark for a moment then. Release doors.
Marlizup says, can I play it on Xbox?
I think this is out on console. I think. Let me just pause the game and just whip open the Xbox store, because I think so. Xbox store. Games. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm just diving into the Xbox store. I think it's available.
Holy Trucker 2153 says
Yes, it
always
is.
sound like a submarine diving face with tears of joy.
Yeah, it's definitely here. I'll just get you a link. This is the 2026 link. So that's its store on Xbox.
Train Simulator Driver says https://www.xbox.com/n-o/game/store/city-transport-simulator-2026/9
and that's its store on Steam.
NCJ5G3SV635.
That was exciting, wasn't it? All right. Traffic looks on. Switch to tram. Traffic.
Train
Headlights.
Simulator Driver says https://store.steampowered.com/app/4148530/city
Looks like everybody's done.
transport_simulator_2026 /.
Thanks, Nightbot. All right. Hopefully this will work. Let's go.
Andy Lad 701 says if it is on console I'd imagine it's Gen 9 only.
It's UE5, so yeah, it can only be Gen 9. UE5's not available on Gen 8.
Nächster Halt Danielsplatz.
Thinking
Übergang
about
zu
it,
den
I'm pretty
Linien
sure
2 und
I've...
100.
We are turning right. I'm pretty sure I've actually got a Xbox key for the old version, so that should upgrade on release, so I can play it on Xbox. I think I've got that. It's a mighty long tram, the Flexity. It's still going around the corner. There we go. Now we can speed up. Now we can speed up. And then we have to get down below 20 again. We are turning left. We have the light. Bendiness tram. In this version, it really robs a lot of speed when you go around corners, which I very much like. That's the way it should work. And you have to work to get up your hills. I forgot this game had hills. It's cool. She's a bit of a slug till she gets going. Look, cars. Come on, people. Out of the way. Good deal.
Marley's ARP says, what does the 2026 look like on the version on the front?
Ibby Real Trains says hey.
It says 2026, Marley Zarb. Is that a tram behind me? No, it's a car. I thought I released the doors. There you go, people. In you get.
Trucker 2153 says, Paul, can we see snow like TS6 next, please, on the ground everywhere?
Snow and a green bus.
Ibby Real Train says, game looks so good. Way better than 2024.
And away we go. We have the green light, so we'll just... Whoop, lights are changing. Will we make it? Yes, we will.
Ibby Real Train
Nächster
says,
Halt
is the
Universität.
G920.
Übergang zur Linie 2.
This tram is the Flexity. Oh, the wheel, you mean? It's G something. And I'm driving the tram with the TSCX controller. Not actually using the wheel for the tram.
Trucker 2153 says the green bus is the DLC bus, the latest man. They want 35.99 for that bad boy. Ibby Real Trains says, yeah, the wheel is the G920.
Or you can just grab your season pass.
Marley's ARP says, is it a bit hard, the game?
No, the game's
Real
pretty
Train
easy.
says it's got the silver ring.
I got this wheel from one of the discount wholesale stores. Someone had returned it, and you don't have to take much of a chance on a return at this particular store, because if it doesn't work, they just refund you. So at worst, you've got a trip to bring it back. And it was about half price, so I snaffled it, because at that time, I had my other wheel and I was looking for a gear stick for it. And it was going to be about the same price that I paid for this wheel. That lady just walked through the wall. Bad lady.
Ibby Real Train says, I got mine from Amazon.
Yeah, I think I paid about $200 for this wheel with the gear lever and pedals, which is, you know, nothing.
Ibby Real Trains says, wanna upgrade to a direct drive wheel.
I don't play enough driving games to bother really, so something like a Monza, whatever they are.
Polar Trucker 2153 says, no regrets with my wheel. I have Logitech, had it since 2019, quality products.
The only problem with
Nächster Halt
Logitech,
Bernhardsplatz.
Marley's ARP says, how are you
Übergang zur
driving
Linie
the
2.
the only problem with Logitech is they obsolete stuff.
Ibby
So if
Real
they don't want to
Trains
support
says,
it anymore,
Frozen.
you're a bit screwed. I'm driving the tram with my TSCX controller from Sim Workshop. Because it only needs a throttle, so I'm just using the stick. It's actually right here, you can see the top of the stick, but I'm not going to try and pick it up because the thing is extremely heavy, and if I try and do it at this outstretch of my arm, I'll probably bugger my shoulder.
Michael Airy 3294 says, this update UE5 or DLS work, so why not update TSW or DLS work too? Mollyzup says, has it got pedals?
The TSCX doesn't, but the steering wheel does, yes. Michael Lay, well, if you think about it, it's the same thing I said to Holy Trucker earlier. This world is about 6 kilometers wide, and it's got about 6 DLC tops at the moment. Whereas Train Sim World has got thousands and thousands of kilometers of
Nächster
world,
Halt, Heimatmuseum.
and I think there's 112 or 110 DLC that have been published. And there's a lot more in the works. So it's a very different premise. And I also think that I don't think DTG want to upgrade it. I think they would take the opportunity to build a new simulator, changing it with all the lessons that they've learned, building TSW. In the same way that they took the lessons they learnt from building TSC, when they built TSW, they'll build a new TSW.
53 says I purchased the buses module first and then tried the trams. I don't like trams, but these ones are fun to drive them.
They are fun. There's a season pass for 2026 too, which gets you all the DLC, I think. Don't quote me on that. It's because, like I said, I haven't actually had time to read up on everything that's coming. Still loving the different size and shape people. I reckon that's one of the best things about this game. Because imagine what that does for accessibility. Doors aren't open. Might not be locked, but they're not open. Imagine what that does for accessibility, so people could see people that look like them in the game. Don't mind this taxiway here, I think.
Nächster Halt, Sommerfeldgarten. Übergang zu den Linien 103 und 107.
This was always one of my favourite runs around the lake here.
Rouching the Jerkin in autumn 1352 says I worried about the Japanese group having the standard NPC assets.
Yeah, I was worried about that too, Adam. I was, but they did say in the roadmap that they are putting in some appropriate people models, so it's about time we had some Asians in the game, to be honest. Been quite conspicuous in their absence, because they make up a really significant part of the world. And it's a bit silly that they haven't been in the game. Oop, someone just glitched through the wall. So Tadami's in the 0 to 3 months for the second month in a row, so we should be seeing it relatively soon, which means it should in theory be sometime in the next month to 2 months. Hopefully the adding of the Japanese people goes smoothly.
Nächster Halt am Schlosspark. Übergang zur Linie 8.
Sometimes you see an ICE go past on that bridge that you can just see up in front of us. You've got to time it right though. It's a bit of luck involved. I'm gonna have to go to the external camera to see that. Oops.
Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/train simulator driver/join.
Trucker says, I don't think I have anything to buy for TSW6 for a while now. I see it going quiet. Well, there's quite a bit of stuff coming out in the next couple of months, I think.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, I don't think I have anything to buy for TSW6 for a while now. See it going quiet.
Andy
now.
says, I reckon mid-May for Tadami, given they're adding Asian people. I imagine like 2 or 3 weeks to do.
And
Oh, if they buy...
One says, I reckon mid-May for Tadami, given they are adding Asian people to the game.
Yeah, well, they don't need to do that much work. Come on, stop. They don't need to do that much work to actually do that. You just got to buy the models and add them to the game.
Join my Discord https://discord.com.
Holy Trucker says, only 4 months of TSW6 left now. Well, TSW7, let me give you the official words. TSW7's not a thing. Of course it is. I'd be amazed if we didn't get a TSW7 in about, let me see, September?
153 says only 4 months of TSW6 left now.
The people who persist in saying it's not happening just...
Knightwood says, please
I was
smash
like,
the
okay,
like
you can live in your dreamland if you want to.
Thanks.
But I will be clear that I don't know anything about TSW7. And he says Tadami and the GT route, yeah, and there's the HST pack. One of those American things, didn't that come into the GP60s? Didn't that come into the 0 to 3? I think it did. For all the people that like are looking forward to Tadami, no, I reckon you just buy them.
Hawks2 says officially don't know anything about TSW7 rolling on the floor laughing.
Well, officially I don't know anything about it. I just reckon everybody's right that there will be one. I'd just be surprised if there wasn't. I mean, you know, it could come September and I'd be really surprised, but I doubt it. If I am, you can remind me and you can laugh at me. Feel free. I'll be laughing at myself too. A couple more people got in then. Not that I really need to lock the doors, cause it's not that much point. Now it should.
Crouching to Jurgen in Autumn 1352 says, do you think TSW8 is the last TSW before they sideline it for a new product? Just thinking of the TSC timeline. Will this be the moment TSC will be dropped?
There's a few things there, Adam. I think, I don't know if 8 will be the last one. My gut feel is probably 9 will be the last one.
Captain Vladimir 7535 says I keep forgetting about the new BNSF loco and some of the timetable stuff sounds really welcome.
It's the only problem with having Tatbot on. I can't get a word in edgewise sometimes.
153 says they still have to spew out Metro Rivals 2, which will be fun the first day, then forgotten the next day.
I think Metro Rivals would be better, but let me go back to Adam's question.
59 says, hi, do you do deliveries?
Of course. But,
Lad 701 says, TBH, I would be more shocked if we didn't get a TSW7.
Nächster Halt, Ringbibliothek.
Yes.
Übergang zur Linie 104.
Says yes, will be TSW7 soon.
I'll be in the UK soon, Chris Fox, but getting back to Adam's comment.
Chris Fox 2259 says, do you deliver to the UK?
Still getting back to Adam's comment. I think TSW9 will probably be the last one, and yes, I fully expect that there will be a UE5 game. The reason I think 9 is because I think they'll want a couple of years to get used to UE5 with Metro Rivals, and then they'll start development of the game, so probably 6 months to a year to learn everything, and then they'll start. That's just my gut feel. I've even been told it's actually not happening, so, you know, life. But do I think TSC will stop? No, I don't think so. There's too much money in it. So I don't think they'll get rid of TSC. I also don't think they'll get rid of TSW, because while they're building what would become TS3, they'll want to keep making money from TSW and TSC as well. So I don't expect that they'll go away at all. and I think we'll have 3 games in parallel. Because when you make an Unreal 5 version... Did I really?
Fox2 says it's very DTG-like to use games/DLC to build/try things before releasing bigger things.
Yeah, when they start building the new one, and they may even already have started, I don't know, wouldn't surprise me, the third parties would be contributing content to the current one because they wouldn't be ready to switch over until a core is ready. And that could be a couple of years. So you can't tell all your third parties, and I can't tell you how many there are, even though I know, because that is something I can't talk about. There's a lot.
Says I can see just trains being the first route to start the price hike again cause they are kind of greedy with TSC and TSW.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll be in the UK later, Chris Fox. What do you want delivered? And Andy says, should be more shocked if we didn't get a TSW7. Yes, Michael thinks there will be. And Michael, yeah, I think that's probably right. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't. It's some weird lighting back there, isn't it?
Captain Vladimir 7535 says never bought a Just Train race that didn't feel like it was worth the money.
It's interesting how people feel about Just Trains. It's like they can't do any wrong, but to be honest with you, their routes are as buggy as rivets when they first come out.
Vlad 701 says you watch though as soon as they release a game in UE5 Unity will release UE6 and this will all start again. I also agree that TSW will go into Legacy the same as TSC and we may still get new stuff.
Yep, I reckon that's quite right. Hawk says it's very like DTG to use games or DSC to build or try things before releasing bigger things. Absolutely, it's a good way to do it. It's smart.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, and I think TSG high-speed route may cost more too.
The fishing game was a an example of how to use UE4 before they built the train game. Have I got doors open? I thought I'd already left the stop. How could I have doors open? Interesting. I can't really comment on pricing because I genuinely don't know it. But, yeah, some vendors do seem to go a little higher before the others.
Nächster Halt, Linienstraße. Übergang zur Linie 6.
Switch on the windshield defroster. Oh, is that why they're getting funny? Is that why they were fogging up? Oh, I just thought the light was funny.
35 says I'd heard JT used to be a bit hit or miss, but I had the good fortune of not getting into train sims until they'd gotten a lot of practice. Winking smiley.
There you go, look at that, the window's defrosted. How about that? I think when their stuff first comes out, people seem to be willing to forgive Just Trains, and I'm not saying their stuff's bad, it's not. But
153 says the fishing game I have like 4 copies of the same game face with tears of joy, just different names.
Yeah, I see JT is that people forgive them a lot. So when they first come out, they've got just as many bugs as anybody else, but people just go, I don't care. Whereas if someone like Rivet put out a route with that many bugs, they get jumped on. I think the back of my tram got honked at, but I don't really care. Andy, yeah, well, it won't be Unity that releases UE6, it'll be Unreal, as in our happy friends with their happy gaming store. As an ambassador, I generally find out release dates and pricing only a few days before the public do, so...
Captain Vladimir 7535 says high iron tends to be a punching bag too, so far.
And Holy Trucker with his 4 copies of the fishing game, I know how you feel with that, because it's different lakes and things. High iron is...
What does the 3 stars mean on Xbox?
High iron is a... an interesting one because their normal way of working is on any one release that's got a selection of trains in it, one of them will be really good and the other ones will be playable but not outstanding.
Andilag701 says, oh yeah, got the two endings confused. I always do that.
So we'll see how they go, and they've got a route coming up soon too, so we'll see how that goes. It's looking pretty good in the screenshots, but I am concerned that it's not the most exciting route in the world.
Runs on that route.
Where are you seeing the 3 stars, Alizab? Is that on the game page?
Nächster Halt am Blumenmarkt. Übergang zu den Linien 8, 104 und 105. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
German sounds pretty funny sometimes. I wonder if snow will be slippery. I think Unity probably is due for an engine release though, just saying.
Polar Trucker 2153 says this game looks so nice at night now.
It does look pretty nice at night. Ah, cool, thank you. Oh, yeah.
Polar Trucker
Things.
2153 says, can you load in with snow all over the ground in this pool?
I don't actually know if you can, Holy Trucker, but we'll go into winter and we'll see if we can set the weather to snow. I'm perfectly happy to give it a try.
535 says, well, exciting is subjective. I'm pretty excited about some Southern Pacific and a US freight route that isn't a slog up a famous hill.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hefty run up that hill. Actually, going up the hill's easy. You start at the bottom, you put it into notch 8 just after you get under the freeway bridge, and pretty much leave it there, and you can go away and have a couple of beers and make a barbecue, and you'll be fine. The captain's exciting subjective, yeah.
701 says, I think people sometimes are more forgiving with just trains, as bugs do tend to get fixed, unlike with some other developers.
I think lately all the devs have been reasonable. There's certainly varying time periods. You do have to wait longer sometimes, but that's not necessarily the dev's fault, because often that stuff is fixed. And it's just sitting around waiting for an opportunity to get a release in. Michael has all the TSW DLCs and will buy 7 on day 1. Fair enough. Kind of think we have to wait for him to go, because, you know, you can't go through them. Well, I could try. Marley Zub says, looks fun. And he says, I think people sometimes are more forgiving with just trains. Yeah, I think the development front, there's a lot of complexity to it. So don't assume what you're seeing on the surface is actually true. So I know inside the game itself, lots of stuff gets fixed and it doesn't get out for whatever reason. So hopefully that gets addressed. I think that there's often a bit of excitement around shiny things that stops it. And sometimes we get excitement over things like blurred textures, and nothing else gets done until the blurred textures are resolved, because they see that as the highest priority. Come on, guy. I've only got 4 minutes to get to the next stop and you're in the way. Hasn't even registered at me being in this stop yet, because I can't get to the end. So it's an interesting thing with releases. I try and push him out of the way, but you just get booked for colliding with them. See, he's actually making me late for this stop, because I can't get up to it. I wonder if I move up a meter. Will that count me as being in the stop?
Holy Trucker 2153
Nope.
says I'm not buying the USA freight routes, hate slow boring us freight. I learned my lesson with that Cane Creek crap, never again.
Tell us what you think, Holy Trucker. Stick your hand up if you watched my 12-hour live stream with a Gronk going up Cane Creek. I just put it on in the morning one day and just left it going and just left it streaming. Come on, dude, you gonna get out of here or what?
Michael Leahy 3294 says, but all one fix OUVE time on PSW.
Aren't you late? Yes, I am late. Thank you. What am I going to do about it? There's a tram in the way. Maybe I'll just have to collide with it. Anybody want to collide with a tram? I think we have to.
Andalad701 says I think even JT might lose their mantle in a lot of the community as being the
Duke.
best TSW developer due to what Firefly did with Midway.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, I cracked up laughing watching earlier screen when the game tried to make you sell tickets. Paul was a laugh.
Yes. I don't like selling tickets.
Nächster Halt, Linienstraße. Übergang zur Linie 6.
Lilienstraße. Oddly enough, I know Cane Creek actually still sells quite well.
Beer 7535 says, I haven't played Medway, but on a lot of averages, I have to doubt if it's as good as Liberett's. That route is amazing.
Medway's pretty good, but it's certainly a different pace to Liberett Star Parker. They're both equally well optimized, which is good. So if you like the UK stuff, you'll probably like Medway.
2153 says Medway is legendary route, no regrets.
Yeah, I think if you like UK stuff, you'd be pretty happy with Medway. Minutes to my next stop. 5 actually. And it's only half a kilometre. I think we'll make it somehow. We have got the tram light to turn right.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, if you like East Coast Way, you will love Medway.
Yeah, that's probably a fair comparison. I think if you like Southeastern High Speed, you might like Medway too. If you like the slow part of Southeastern High Speed, that is. Assuming I ever get to the UK this year as planned, because right now our plane's not actually flying. The airline is, so I dare say they'll transfer us. Red light, red light, red light, red light.
flag near 7,535 says I don't really have much vacation bias. If it has trains, I'll happily drive it.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. While I'd love an Australian route, I'll quite happily drive anybody's trains. There are a few that irk me, like the German V90. That just, I just don't understand why that thing even exists. It's realistic because drivers I've talked to, real ones, say yes, it really is that much of a pain in the ass.
Notebook says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
"7 minutes to Lilienstrasse." Is that the... that might be the last stop. And then we'll do a bus in the snow if we can. We'll try anyway. Because I don't know if it does snow. I don't think the old version did snow, so we'll see what this one does.
Nächster Halt, Wasserturm.
I think they've optimised the traffic lights for trams in this version. It's amazing you look in the mirror and see it's only just gone through the intersection at the other end.
153 says commute whether mid-drive
I don't know if you can poke it. Let's see if there's anything in the menu when we stop here. No, there's nothing about weather, is there? Unless there's something in options. No. No weather.
Polar Trucker 2153 says it looks like Winter Wonderland Christmas event on X2. It's got a Christmassy feel this.
If we go.
Nächster Halt, Ringbibliothek. Übergang zur Linie 104.
It'll be interesting having Austria with this driving system later in the year.
Trucker 2153 says found any bugs yet, Paul?
I've found quite a lot of things that are fixed. I did manage to actually crash the game once this morning, but I'd switched out of the game and I was doing something else. And I think that buggered it rather than me doing it. Well, I didn't so much crash it, it just got stuck. So if you call that a crash, it's a crash. Some of the people still do silly things like walk through tram walls and bus walls and things. So that's not really been addressed, but I don't think that was in the list of things that had been addressed, so not surprising. The car traffic seems, for the most part, better behaved. I've had the occasional one do something stupid, like cut me off right in front of me. But I suppose that's reality too, is that cars do jump in front of trams and then turn.
Nächster Halt am Schlosspark. Übergang zur Linie 8.
Getting it installed was a pain in the ass, but that's more about early access than anything. Because Steam already thought it was installed and I had to get 3 sets of keys before I could actually make it work. Because when I put the keys in the first time, it just updated the game to 2026 and said, congratulations, you'll be able to play this on Wednesday. And it's like, but I want to play it now.
AndyLad701 says if you have a wild F4 to sort something out, then I still class that as a crash personally.
I killed it with Steam, but yes.
Captain Vladimir 7535 says they should have scalable motorist stupidity options.
That would be fun. Straight through the yellow light, but that's fine. Block up the intersection for ages because we're about 7 kilometers long, but that's fine.
Nächster Halt Sommerfeldgarten. Übergang zu den Linien 103 und 107.
Summerfield Garden. I like the idea of scalable motorist stupidity. At the highest end, it should be Florida. And at the lowest end, maybe, I don't know, Berlin. Will we see a train this time through? We can sit here and wait for one, but that's a bit unexciting.
Captain Vladimir 7535 says I think the highest setting ought to be Dallas, Texas, but that's my own bias talking.
The reason why I reckon Florida should be the dumbest is because they keep running into trains. It's like, Florida's the only place I know of where people drive into the side of a train. I like all the sunflowers bobbing away there. Haven't been to Dallas. I've been to Fort Worth. I think I've been to 42 of the states. 42 or 43, something like that. Over the years. Would love to see Alaska one day. And if you did do an Alaska winter trip, I reckon you might go to Florida just to warm up before you go home.
Nächster Halt Heimatmuseum. Übergang zur Linie 100.
Nightman says enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining
Oh, that's actually green.
www.youtube.com/train-simulator-driver/join.
There's some grand buildings in the game, that's for sure.
Lad701 says personally I'd say highest level of stupidity is either Paris or anywhere in Italy. Absolutely. Face
Mate.
with tears of joy.
I've driven in India.
Sie sind aber spät dran.
What's OBS complaining about? It says it lost a stream. Looks okay to me. Yeah, hopefully it's okay.
Want to keep chatting outside of streams.
Hopefully it's okay. But if you just look at that building up there, how cool is that? That's just nice. Even better if we could go in there. I think you can go into some of the gardens.
Rails of Illinois says hello.
Hello, Rails.
And Lad701 says screw driving in India face with tears of joy.
Yeah, most of my Indian thing, I had a driver provided by the company, but I did drive once and it was hectic. They just bounce off each other, they don't care.
Bernhardsplatz. Übergang zur Linie 2.
And you worry about when that happens to you with a rental car and you go back and they go, whatever. That's what happens. I think that's how they stay in their lanes. They just rely on the drivers around them to keep them in their lane. But they just drive down the wrong side of the road sometimes. But I think pretty much anywhere in Asia's a bit like that.
Sollten Sie nicht etwas früher fahren?
Yeah, I'm late. Who cares? So we teach the Karen not to complain about being late. How fast do you reckon the tram goes? I think I have derailments turned on, so I have to be careful.
Nächster Halt Universität. Übergang zur Linie 2.
Michael Lee 3294 says face with tears of joy rolling on the floor laughing, rolling on the floor laughing.
Let's go, Karen. Something tells me we're not stopping here. That was fine. Perfect. There you go. Karen will never complain again. Think she learned her lesson?
Michael Leahy 3294 says rolling on the floor laughing, 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 rolling on the floor laughing. Stop now.
Nächster Halt Danielsplatz. Übergang zu den Linien 2 und 100.
Sounds like everybody wants to get off here. I wonder why. I don't know. Why would they want to get off? That bloke's crazy.
Caleri 3294 says face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
You just like hearing that, don't you, Michael? Let's roll. I only ended up this late because I got stuck behind another tram that wouldn't go anywhere, so I guess that's a bug too.
Allee. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
You too can lick to your Ali. See, I'm on time now. One run at light speed and I'm on time.
Abdullah 701 says I still laugh at a memory in Prague of some guy in a Toyota Corolla thinking of a convenient argument in traffic against a Challenger 2 MBT weighing 65 plus tons by ramming it. Rolling on the floor.
That would be pretty funny. Stop. Ah, I don't need to, it's all good.
Michael 3294 says I know Dania.
I've got 3 seconds to get there.
Captain Vladimir 7535 says the main battle tank always has right of way.
Get off the tracks, people. I think that's actually the end of this run. And we ended up only being about 30 seconds late, so that's pretty good. Maybe it's not. No, it's not the end of the run. Alright then. We'll keep going then. How are we doing for time? That's alright, it's only 8:30. That's fine. It just feels later because my body's an idiot and keeps getting up at 5 AM.
Nächster Halt Danielsplatz. Übergang zu den Linien 2 und 100.
Daniel's splat sounds something like what you'd expect when you hear a pearl necklace. Gotta watch that Daniel guy, he splats. There's so many people in this city, it's great to see. All the people just wandering around the streets. What if it goes all the way back without finishing the run? So it's a complete circle before you finish it. Come on, people, get out of the way. I don't want to stop on this hill. Because, you know, Tram struggles a little bit on the tracks on this hill. I have full throttle at the moment. There we go, we're finally getting some speed. There's a stop coming up, I think.
Abdullah 701 says I do like the traffic and pedestrian density in the game. Wonder if it changes as well depending on the time of day at say rush hour and late night.
I think it does, because when we were driving at 4 o'clock in the morning on that first drive, we didn't see many people. So I suspect it does change during the day.
Nächster Halt Universität. Übergang zur Linie 2.
Come on, Dirk, get out of the way.
Nigel says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Thanks.
Yeah, we can end up stopping on the hill. Don't like hills. "100% power and it moves." That's quite a slip controller it's got.
Michael Airy 3294 says go face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Oh, that light's red. That's the emergency brake you just heard. Magnet brakes. There we go. Basically, big magnetic blocks grip the track and go. It's a good noise. This week, of course, has been a week of weeping in Australia because porn now has age verification. Thanks to her government nanniness.
701 says wondered what the hell that noise was.
The noise was people's souls being torn out of their bodies, Andy, because we stopped too quickly.
Nächster Halt Bernhardsplatz. Übergang zur Linie 2.
Anti-Lat 701 says lots of teens buying VPNs then. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Probably lots of everyone buying VPNs. Yeah, it's one of those funny things. The people that bring in laws like that don't actually understand how the internet works. It's like, how do you put laws over an anarchy?
Michael Leahy 3294 says yes all. Holy Trucker 2153 says did the game have snow?
We haven't been there yet, Holy Trucker. Did you run away? We still haven't finished this run. I thought it was, but it didn't, so we kept going.
Holy Trucker 2153 says yet had to sort out a cat fight on my doorstep face with tears of joy.
Cat fight. Was it cats or people?
Nächster Halt, Sommerfeldgarten. Übergang zu den Linien 103 und 107.
The summer garden, but it's autumn.
Holy Trucker 2153 says cats and then the dog had to go out and patrol the yard too. Mike
Ah, that seems fair.
94 says people.
Abdullah 701 says was the same over here when we introduced it. Used to just wait and watch VPNs which he felt would have got they could do very easily. Some MPs then started banging on about wanting to run VPNs. Man face farming.
Well, the funny thing about that is those same MPs probably access their work through a VPN. So they're all shut. We can get a move on. But not very far though.
Andy Lad 701 says yet more than likely they do.
Nächster Halt am Schlosspark. Übergang zur Linie 8.
Will we see a train this time?
Holy Trucker 2153 says we getting hammered by that cyclone tonight here in NZ. Lucky for us it missed us so far T, but it's pretty damn calm and eerie at the moment.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't do anything nasty. We've been getting some winds that are probably a result of it. Come on, give us a train. We want to see a train go through the station. Just one little train. Yeah, wow, that building's actually reflecting other buildings. That's cool. That's a nice touch.
Polar Trucker 2153 says okay, so I can't be the only one, but these runs are taking a long time. You sure they didn't glitch the size of the map from the original game?
No, you can get quite long runs in the game. It was when the Southern Extension came out when the map
Nächster
got heaps
Halt
bigger.
Bibliothek. Übergang zur Linie 104.
Abdelag 701 says I saw something about a cyclone on the news this morning and it still looked bad even though it's calmed down a bit.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything about a friendly cyclone.
Says worry here this IKNPW like what's happening QLE.
They all ran the red. Yeah, cyclones are bad news no matter where they happen. I didn't think I'd break that hard. I'm not driving.
Sollten Sie nicht etwas früher fahren?
Polar Trucker 2153 says if I wrote this game already, do I get the DLCs they are offering for sale now in the standard for free to 4? Polar Trucker 2153
It'll
says
upgrade anything that you've already got, yes.
Nächster Halt Wasserturm.
I didn't think I was breaking that hard, but you know, whatever. You want to make that noise, you go right ahead. Maybe someone's just using the hand dryer in the toilet.
Polar Trucker 2153 says but there is DLC coming with the standard version for sale now. I own standard, so will I get the DLCs offered in the deal now also?
Nächster Halt
You'll-
Linienstraße.
I believe you end up
Übergang zur
owning
Linie
what
6.
you've got. This light's red. Aha, perfect timing. I think I've broken my brakes.
Says it's bad enough trying to go to the toilet on a train. Imagine a dumb tram.
Yeah, you'd want to sit down or you piss everywhere. But anything that you buy now will upgrade on Wednesday. We're going straight through this light because I'm trying to get this run to an end. Get out of the way, car. It'll stop. It'll be fine. See, it was perfect. Look at that. Look at that. I'll get better than that. been to Lillienstrasse before, haven't we? I think it's going round and round in circles.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, can I upgrade to Deluxe without having to buy all DLC separately?
I don't really know the answer to that question.
Michael 8032
You can always get the season pass. Here's another red light we're ignoring.
Nächster Halt am Blumenmarkt. Übergang zu den Linien 8, 104 und 105.
Hey, look at all those white cars. They must have come from Transcend World.
Says, am I right in thinking a cyclone is just a different name for what we here would call a hurricane?
They go the other way around.
Geography in school many years ago.
Yeah, they rotate in the opposite direction to a hurricane. Is the hot dog shop. The one called Dumb Kiss. I love how much speed you lose in the corners. It's awesome. I'm sure we're going round in circles, you know. I think let's pop back to the main menu and see if we can get a bus. And let's see if we can get a bus with snow.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, is the new German logo in TSW6 a bit like driving a Vectron? Love the Vectron.
So which bus did you want? You wanted the green and white ones, didn't you?
I fancy a hot dog.
Hot dog. We'll grab one of those. And select vehicle. We'll go, well, we were driving up there. So you can see the size of the map. It's not really any different. This was the original map up here, and then the Southern Extension brought this in ages ago. 108, 107. We want to drive around the bottom of the map this time. Let's take that one. That looks like it's got some bloody evil corners in it, so it'll be fine. We'll start at Schonberg and go to Wiedensense.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, yeah, the new Man DLC.
7 a.m. and initial weather.
Michael 3294 says, yes, so no, not all, some.
How do I change that? Neutral, rain, thunderstorm, fog, snow. Okay. Heavy. Heavy. Let's go more snow and make it moderate. There we go. Confirm. Here we go. Does it have snow? Better change back to bus on the device as well. Prepare for snow, says the spinning pinwheel of death. Ooh, there is snow on the ground.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, I'm hoping for a sale on release day of the current DLC.
Oops. I think we're actually in a stop. We're actually in a stop? Should I release the doors? Probably. Open all. Release. Can't release them? Not in a stop.
_ says, good morning.
I'll open all the doors. By hand. I had to force the doors then, because I don't think I'm actually in the stop. Hello, Richie Rail. What's this I hear about you having another channel, young man?
Nyquist says, enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/.
We've still got a red light there, so we've got to wait for the red light to go away. You want to get in, buddy? Can if you want. Getting in? Yeah, I thought you might.
Nyquist says, want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord, https://discord.com/.
I'm getting bored waiting for this red light. Do you reckon we should blow it? I reckon we should blow the red light. It'll be fine. Oh, now all the cars move. Yeah, good on you.
Andilad701 says, hey Rishi. Waving hand sign. Rishirail underscore says, yes, yes. Me
I
and
think the car
Casual
hit
have
me
set
just
up a joint
personally.
channel. Timberwolves U3Z says, hello guys.
Ah,
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Smiley face. Thanks.
you should have called it
Nächster
casual
Halt,
farts.
Marco-Platz.
Hello, Timothy.
Michael Airy 3294 says, Rishi from GD on TSW.
I'm not sure what that means, Michael.
Holy Trucker 2153
There's a car. Car.
86 DLC on TSW6.
Are they going to wait for me, are they? Silly cars. But fair enough. Noisy car drivers.
Holy Trucker 2153 says that rattle go on the bumps winking face.
I don't think it likes being in drive when you're in a stop. Oh, it's just rattling a lot. Interesting. You have to take it out of gear when you're in a stop. It's got a stick shaker. That's an interesting concept. Oh no, it's just revs really low. Doesn't it like being in... This is weird. I don't know, maybe this is a hybrid thing. There we go, it started again. Maybe it's a hybrid or some kind. I don't know.
Holy Trucker 2153 says what's it like to drive Paul Fieldbest out of all buses he drove.
Nächster Halt, Wildgasse.
Well, what's been weird was the revs go down to 0 and it sits there shaking the wheel. When you're stopped. Which is interesting.
Andy Lad 701 says one thing I am surprised at is there is no double-decker bus in the game.
They wouldn't fit under the traffic lights. Drivability, I think it's about the same as the others. Next stop, please. Ladies' underwear, men's socks, ties, bondage devices. I think that's some kind of kneeling device and it turns it off. 'Cause as soon as I get off the brakes, it's okay again. Weird. I imagine whatever it's doing it deliberately because given it's happened within seconds of driving it, a tester would have picked it up.
Captain Vladimir 7535 says bedtime folks. Enjoy the stream.
See you later, Captain
This has
Vladimir.
nothing to do with TSD's mention of bondage devices.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, is the snow slippery or just cosmetic?
It doesn't feel slippery, so I don't think it's really changed anything, but we have changed into a different bus.
Angulad 701 says, yeah, most modern buses have automatic kneeling these days.
Huge says greetings and salutations Paul and chat.
But they wouldn't stall the engine though. I wouldn't have thought. We've got no headlights on. There we go, that's better.
Nächster Halt Marienplatz.
Marion splats. She got so excited she splatzed. I'm having to open the doors using the manual door opens. Release all doesn't seem to be doing it.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, have you been on the vanilla map all night or the extension or so?
This is the extension map what we're on tonight, right now.
Nächster Halt
Remember the
Waldenberg.
extension map came out with the original game.
Will not also have stop-start tech fitted as standard now as well.
Yeah, I suppose that could be it.
Sebastian Bertel 9780 says, hi, can I use the door control in the Class 802 in TSW6 behind the Deaver chair?
Can you use the door control in class 802?
780 says driver.
The 802. In guard mode, I would imagine so. Maybe it is an auto stop thing because it did just start again quite happily. I didn't do anything that time. Maybe it just shakes the wheel to remind you. This is not so squeezy.
Es ist aber schon etwas dunkel
Michael
hier drinnen.
3294 says, will be NRW Sheen train from OTSGN on TSW.
Did Karen want heat then? I think Karen wanted heat. How do we do heat? Oh, there you go. There you go, lady. There's your heat. Or do you want this on more? Oh, it wants full bore. Right. Side window defroster. Okay. I think I locked the doors, didn't I think I did. Michael says, will be NRW Sheen strain from TSG. Oh, yes, there will be. It's in the 0 to 3 months, too. Quite looking forward to that. We'll see what it's like. Ah, traction control. Okay, so the snow is slippery.
Nächster Halt am Spitz. Übergang zur Linie 105.
Michael Airy 3294 says Neckartaubahn, Heidelberg, Neckares from TSG.
That's the one.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, is this entire run on the extension doesn't give you vitality to the map?
this extension is the southern extension from the original game. So I don't think you get anything new. But yes, it's not. This goes to the border of the original northern map. I don't think the snow is slippery from a steering perspective, but it is causing traction issues. I don't need to set an indicator yet, I'm not in the stop. No indicator at all, because I'm not actually in the stop. Now I am.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, are you gonna check out Fernbus UK when it drops its DLC? Paul, the UK in Fernbus will be amazing.
Yeah, probably. Don't forget we'll have buses and ETS pretty soon. This year anyway, is my guess.
Holy Trucker 2153 says, oh man, I want this now, face pink tears.
Nächster Halt, Sonnengasse. Übergang zur Linie 4.
Alright, I tried to spin the bus, it made no difference in the snow, so it just steers like normal. As I planted it as we went round the corner there, and that should spin the bus.
Lad 701 says the new Steam Loco, I will watch a few screens to see what it is like and then make a decision on it, as I'm personally concerned it won't be much different to what we already have.
I think that is perfectly fair, Andy. So if there's anything you want to see when I stream it, sing out. I'll be able to show you stuff. Holy Trucker just finished watching the movie Speed. Don't slow down.
I just finished watching the movie Speed on Spy Action 2K Green Smiler.
It's interesting, isn't it? Turning left from the right-hand lane.
Nächster Halt, Eichenweg. Übergang zur Linie 4.
Ah, good time to change. That was a good time for those lights to change, wasn't it?
Says personally, I think that steering wheel is shaking way too much when you are sat idle on the screen.
I don't think it is idle. I think it actually turns itself off. So maybe it's a stick shaker.
Microary 3294 says this guy can't make an extension to the mild mainline route from incredible trains.
Yeah, so when it's shaking now, if you look at the revs, it's 0. So I think it's actually shut off. Have I got high beam lights on? Yeah, I did. Not sure what that symbol is.
Owner Trucker 2153 says Paul, for $26 would you say the map extension and tram depot is worth it?
It gives you a heap of extra playtime, yes. But you might want to wait till Wednesday and see what comes out with the season pass. In fact, have a look at the season pass on Steam and see if it tells you what's in there now. Because I wouldn't want to tell you to go and buy it only to find out you get it for nothing in the season pass. Have a read through the 2026 release too, because maybe it just includes the Southern extension. I don't know. It would be worth you having a read, I think. It's not doing its shaky, shaky, jigglypuff thing now.
Nathan Murphy 24 says what's career mode like?
Career mode, you basically have to build up your empire. So as you earn money, you can buy routes and you can create routes and employ drivers and buy buses and trams. Have all that sort of usual fun that you get in a career mode. I think I'm probably not meant to go through that light, but whatever. I think the buses are supposed to obey the tram lights by the looks of things. Maybe I should stay in my
Nächster Halt
lane.
am Weidensee. Übergang zu den Linien 4 und 105. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
I did a whole series of streams on the career mode in the original game. I haven't seen anything that's changed in that. But if you want to get into its career mode, it's a little bit of a commitment.
Andy Lat 701 says notice it's not doing that now. It looks like it only does it when the wheel is in a certain position.
Yeah. Oh no, it's doing it now. After I messed with it. What do you mean traffic light ignored? It was green. Or did it have a red arrow or something? Let me guess, I have to cut this bus off. Of course I do. I'm wondering if I've got Fernbus. Well, that's the end of that run, so let's do a different one then. Let me just check Steam and see if I have actually got Fernbus too. I think I do. Yeah, I do. England DLC. Okay, cool. Can't buy it though, can we? Feb 10 it says. All right, let's do another bus run. What time is it? It's 9:21, so we've got plenty of time to do another one. So let's go back to the main menu. Do one more trip. We'll do a daytime trip.
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Smiley face. Thanks.
We'll do another bus. Do
Holy Trucker
VOR Bendy bus. There we go.
153 says on the Steam community hub for this game a guy is using a hot ass for his tram throttle.
Yeah, I don't see why you couldn't. I'm only using TSCX, so anything that's a joystick
Nathan
will
Murphy
work.
24 says can you customize buses in career mode?
No. We'll start there. Go to the Hauptbahnhof, and we'll do something in. Let's do something in later in the day. So when the light's really bright, let's see what that looks like. And we'll go for worst possible case, which is summer. And let's adjust the weather. Actually, let's see what a thunderstorm's like. Weather transition speed, slow. Actually, no, I don't want it to be thunderstorm now. I want it to be neutral. And I want it to be clear. And then I want
It says
thunderstorm.
popping off to the shops. BRB.
No rain in a thunderstorm. That's interesting. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Because I want to see it in the bright light. See you later, Benjamin. Because we know the bright light's not kind to Unreal. Let's see what Unreal 5's like with really bright light. Because I don't actually know. That doesn't look too bad, actually.
Hallo?
Hello. G'day. How you doing? Money, money, money.
Isaac X3 says is it a real city or a fictional city?
This one's a fictional city. And at the end of this year, towards the end of this year, there's a Vienna coming out.
Michael Leahy 3294 says I going now, bye now, thank you so much.
See you, Michael, mate. Have a good one. So, this is a city called Tramau, and it's got features of Vienna and Berlin in it, which are quite recognizable from the game, the other games. But we're getting a real city at the end of this year.
Nächster Halt, Ringbibliothek. Übergang zur Linie 3.
AzarX3 says the bus is really good. Not too sure if you've played that, but my gosh, they need to get the UK market with that.
I have got the bus. I actually haven't played it as yet. It's on my list of stuff that I've never even installed. I'll get there. It's one of those things that it's just only so much time in the day. So if I've got something on early access, I tend to make a bit of an effort, but if I've just gone out and bought it myself, then other things often get in the way. Thanks, traffic lights. Like you too.
Isaac X3 says it's decent, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Cool. I might have actually bought it, you know. Maybe look at Steam while we're waiting for the traffic lights to change. So I actually might have. Because it was on special not that long ago. No, it looks like I didn't. That's a bummer. Oops.
AzarX3 says, and for sure, that's priority face with cowboy hat.
Yeah, I tend to prioritize early access stuff for the simple reason is it's better for me. It's better for the channel because it's what people want to see. Oh, I just had a green light, didn't I, on the tram light? I should have taken it. That was silly. I just realised that's up there. Never mind.
AzarX3 says, I just hope they do UK DLC, or DTG creating a UK bus simulator.
DTG seem to be allergic to trams and buses, so I wouldn't really expect it happening. How did I end up out of gear? I don't know. Got our own lane. Special. I would have thought all these trees are smashing into the roof of the bus, but that's okay. Let's go just a tad wide since we have a long bus. That looked nice and tidy. This bus is certainly slower than the short version of it. Open all the doors. Will we get a bus light here? Don't know. We'll see. No. Why do I need an indicator set at all? I'm going straight. Just because the road's curly.
Nächster Halt, Rathaus Nord.
Such a wimpy horn. Needs a proper horn.
Rails of Illinois says buses are so bumpy.
Buses are pretty bumpy.
Enjoying the stream. Consider supporting the channel by joining https://www.youtube.com/.
You don't have to go particularly wide with this bus. It seems a bit tighter than the other bendy buses in the game. It's good to have a tight bendy one.
Nightwood says want to keep chatting outside of streams. Join my Discord https://discord.com/invite/zxacvngj5.
does do kneeling. Oh, you can hear the trees hitting the cabin. How awesome's that?
Nächster Halt Schillerstraße.
That makes me happy. I only wish it busted the branches off. No one wants this stop, so I probably don't need to stop here, but I'm going to. I don't know, a couple of people got off.
Nächster Halt Goethestraße. Übergang zur Linie 5.
You'd really want some eye tracking on this, I think, so you can look around corners.
Andilat 701 says IRL you shouldn't drive a bendy bus any different to a normal bus as the articulated section is supposed to follow the same line as the second set of wheels, but most games don't seem to simulate it.
Yeah, that's interesting. My only driving of a similar sort of vehicle is a truck with a dog trailer. They don't follow the path of the truck.
Nächster Halt Hauptbahnhof. Übergang zu den Linien 1 und 101. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
Green light. Alright, it's not a green light. Straight through anyway. It was a green light before I got there. I suspect we're going in here.
Tag. Hallo?
Where's the fire engine?
Moin.
We never got our thunderstorm, did we? Mind you, I did say change slowly, so who knows how slowly is. Do I have to wait for that light, do you reckon? Don't know.
Andreas _Dangle says hello. Fun fact.
Hey, Andy.
Garage of Dr. Richard. The bus you drive.
Nächster Halt Goethestraße. Übergang zur Linie
Ah, nice. I shouldn't have to wait for tram lights, I guess. Oh, where's the pedestrian? Where was this mythical pedestrian? I'll call that a bug. I have a question. It's not actually in drive. How come I can drive the bus? Because it thinks it's not in drive. See? It was in neutral. How come I can drive the bus? Interesting. Straight on through to the other side. Down what Welsh people would call the bush lane. Is that a stop for me? No, don't think so. Maybe, yes.
Guten Tag.
We've got a bus light up there, and it's green, so it's fine. No, it's not the wrong indicator. I'm turning right. Silly game.
Nächster Halt, Schillerstraße.
Andilat 701 says it has the same issue as TSW. It seems where it tells you to do something even though you already did it 5 minutes before and it just hasn't recognized it.
Yep, I think that's true. Whee! Whee! Yep, you too can roll into a bus stop at 50 kilometers an hour. I'm sure that's normal. They don't look upset, do they? They're fine. Ah, lights went red. It does display a little A when it, just before it starts the jiggles. Which goes out.
Andy Lat 701 says TBH, yet if you are late, the drivers here do block the buses at times. Rolling on the floor laughing.
It's pretty normal, I think.
Nächster Halt, Rathaus Nord.
Before I worked in the utilities business that I'm in today, apart from my trains, where my day job is, I was in fare collection, dealing with lots and lots of transit companies.
Says this is not a train that you can rush with about 30 miles per hour in the station. Monet.
And yeah, they flogged them units massively. Buses more than trams, because I think trams aren't very forgiving. Just wait for that last person. They're getting in? No, they walked away. I wonder if they want to get in. Will they come back if I open the door? No. They walked up to the bus, so I thought they might want to get in, but they walked away. And we've got a green straight ahead light as well, I think. We'll see if we get yelled at or not. No, so there was a straight ahead bus light there. Good. Gets us out in front of the cars.
Nächster Halt, Ringbibliothek. Übergang zur Linie 3.
Green light. Beat the cars. So they think they have to give way. All good. It feels funny driving a... Same with a truck. It feels funny driving a big vehicle with such a small steering wheel.
Smiling face with horns, face with tears of joy.
Oh, I think that's pretty normal, Andy. I used to love watching them park the buses at night in the depot, and they'd go flying around in the depot with this much space between each bus. And they just go at full speed, and you go, how did they not hit?
Nightbot says please smash the like button to promote the stream. Smiley face. Thanks.
I stalled it, I think.
Nächster Halt am Blumenmarkt. Übergang zu den Linien 8 und 105. Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
Why was I trying to start the engine? I don't understand. I think this bus might have a couple of bugs. Unless it's got faults. I suppose it's possible it could have faults. Down she goes again. I'm gonna turn myself off. There's a button that does it, takes it away. Hit machine. Go drive. Control, retarder, sunblind, hazards.
Andy Lad 701 says, is this the same trip again? Getting
You left a
strange
playable
visions of
area.
déjà vu here.
Ah! Wasn't I just following the path though? Or was I ignoring it because I was looking for a button to try and turn off this automatic thing? Yeah, I can't find a button to turn it off. Kneeling, raise, school bus. Yeah, don't know.
Andy Lad 701 says, I think you missed a turn.
Yeah, I think I did when I was looking down, looking at the buttons.
Nächster Halt am Blumenmarkt. Übergang zu den Linien 8 und 105.
Here, in fact.
Fahrtende. Bitte aussteigen.
Well, we survived that, didn't hit a car. They holding? Yeah, they're holding. Got our own lane, that means full speed ahead. Ramming speed, Captain. Walk factor 9. Ah, red light. But you know what we need to do while we're up here? We'll hop out at this stop and see if we can walk in that garden. Because I can see breaks in the wall. Let's go and see if we can. Don't actually think we're supposed to stop here, but, you know, whatever. Weird plants. Because I remember the old game, you could not go in the gardens. Oh, you can. Yep, yep, yep. I'm falling through the path, though. I'm neck deep in the path. Whee! At least you can wander around in here. Flower! You're about to leave the playable area. Alright, we better bugger off then. You can walk through bushes. Excellent. See, the path's made to look good from the road. They don't really care about when you're in here, do they? I've sunk in the ground. Onions. Many onions. Or are they supposed to be flower bulbs? Very bright flowers. Carrots, onions. Capsicums, maybe?
One says, yet it's floating a good 2 feet off the floor there.
And she's looking at her watch because my bus is late. Can I just walk through this shit? No, I have to go around. Oh, get through there. Alright, back to the bus. Can we go in the church? No. I notice how it's quite low resolution around the backs of the buildings. I think I have to go the other way around the church. There's an invisible wall back there. You can just get off if you want. You don't have to stand there. Where? Where was this mythical pedestrian? Cruising round the flower market. The deja vu probably comes from there's a few repeated assets, I guess. I like traffic lights, I like traffic lights, honest I do. There we go. Yes, this bus definitely has some bugs. Bus bugs. The others are much more polished. That's probably the end of it, actually. I reckon. Yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock. I reckon we might knock that off there. We'll give the bus to the AI matey, who's just up here in the bus stop. I saw a bloke up here. What was she doing? What were you doing? Where did you come from? She gonna do it again? I needs to know. Nah, she's not. But we can come and hand over to this person. There you go. You want my bus? Good. See, they'll start up the bus and get out when the time comes.
Andilad 701 says it's a pickpocket.
You can jump. I want to get on top of the car. You're so close to being able to get on top of a car. So close. Ah, well. Food. More food. They have such zombie eyes, don't they?
Andy Lad 701 says so close and yet so far LOL.
Oh, it's so close to be able to jump on a car. Anyway, I think that will do for tonight's stream, and I think this lady will make for a really creepy short sometime, because you could. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. I will be back. I might do construction on Monday or Tuesday. I've got something else for Wednesday. I haven't put the stream up yet, but I will. Oh, she ran away. That's bad. But I'll put the stream up for Wednesday. Can't quite tell you what it is yet, but it's real. Anyway, enjoy yourselves. I think that'll be it for today. Thanks very much for the chat. It's been highly appreciated. So my gut feel is this is actually pretty good, a pretty decent thing, and it is a free upgrade for the people who have got it. And there is a season pass of some kind. Have a look at the Steam page or the Xbox page or the PlayStation page to get the details, because like I said, I haven't had actually time to read them as yet. So have fun, folks. Enjoy yourselves. This is so hard to reach my buttons. They're such a long way away. Alrighty, enjoy. See you later. Happy cat. Excited cat, and bye.